My neighbor pounded on my door in the middle of the night, a deep gash on her hand. I grabbed my first aid kit and patched her up. The next day, she reported me to the state medical board for practicing medicine. Illegally, I didn't argue. I quietly accepted my suspension from the hospital and waited for the investigation. In the community group chat, she gloated that I'll teach these little nurses a lesson. 5 days later, her elderly father choked on a piece of food and stopped breathing. She hammered on my door screaming for help. I stood on the other side and said calmly, "I'm on suspension. I can't risk practicing medicine illegally. You'll have to wait for the paramedics." It was 1 in the morning when the frantic ringing of my doorbell jolted me awake. Sarah, opened the door. Help me, it was my neighbor Linda. Her voice was a terrified shriek laced with tears. I threw on a robe and rushed to the door. The moment I opened it, the thick, coppery smell of blood hit me, making me gag. Linda stood there, her face ghostly white. Her left hand was crudely wrapped in a kitchen towel, but blood had already soaked through, dripping between her fingers onto the floor. I was cutting fruit. I think I hit an artery. "Sarah, you're a nurse, right? Please help me. I'm getting so dizzy." She swayed on her feet about to collapse. I didn't have time to think. I pulled her inside. "Don't panic. I'll take care of it." I sat her down on the sofa, ran to my bedroom, and grabbed the professional grade first aid kit. I always kept on hand as a surgical nurse at City General. This kind of trauma was second nature to me. Hold still. This is going to sting. I carefully cut away the blood-caked towel. A deep wound almost down to the bone gaped at the base of her thumb. It was bleeding profusely, but she'd missed the main artery, only severing a small vein. I pulled on a pair of sterile gloves and began to clean the wound with an iodine swab. "Ah, that hurts. Be gentle," Linda screamed. "There are shards of glass in the wound. They have to come out or it will get infected." I explained, my hands never wavering. "Decontaminate, disinfect, apply ointment pack with gauze, and secure with a pressure bandage." The whole process took less than 10 minutes. The bleeding stopped completely. A fine sheen of sweat had broken out on my forehead. "There, it's not too deep and you didn't damage any tendons. Keep it dry for a few days. And go to a clinic to get the dressing changed regularly." I took a fresh, sterile gauze pad and a roll of bandages from my kit and handed them to her. "Take these for your dressing change tomorrow." Linda stared at her neatly bandaged hand and let out a long, shuddering breath. "Sarah, thank you so much. You're my savior. I have to take you out to dinner to thank you properly." She grabbed my hand, gushing with gratitude. I just waved it off, feeling a deep exhaustion settle over me. "It's nothing. We're neighbors. Just go get some rest." After she left, I looked at the puddle of blood on my living room floor and the stained sofa cushion inside. I started cleaning. I didn't get back to sleep until 3 the next morning. I went to work with dark circles under my eyes. That afternoon, while I was preparing medications, the head nurse called me into her office. "Sarah, did you treat a neighbor's wound at your home last night?" "Yes." "She was bleeding heavily. It was an emergency," I answered truthfully. The head nurse slapped a file down on her desk. "Your neighbor, Linda, filed a formal complaint with the medical board this morning. She's accusing you of practicing medicine illegally without a license in an uncertified location. She claims your improper procedure caused a severe infection. She's demanding you pay for her medical bills, lost wages and pain and suffering, a total of $50,000. $50,000. My mind went blank. A chill spread through my limbs. The same woman who had called me her savior just hours before had turned around and stabbed me in the back. She also said, the head nurse paused, that the medical supplies you used were expired and that your hostile attitude caused her extreme psychological trauma. Rage surged through me so hot it felt like my blood was boiling. Click the link in my bio to get the full story for free.